Go.
Good afternoon, everyone. We are Girls 3 and we are going to present you about the SDG goal number 4, quality education. And this is Hajin,
Jay,
and Suji.
education is the passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today. Malcolm X, who worked for human rights, said this quote and enlighten people about the importance of education. Without proper education, people are not likely to succeed or be recognized in their careers. So what we are going to introduce is the number goal 4, which is quality education, which aims to ensure inclusive, quality education. And second, to promote lifelong learning opportunities for all. Frankly, many countries failed to meet the MGD of achieving primary education by 2015. For example, in 2013, almost 16 million children of primary school age were out of school. Are there a few? Never. The SDG clearly recognized that this gap must be closed, so even as the international community more explicitly addresses the challenge of quality and equity. It's hard to find a country which has expanded its educational system more rapidly than South Korea. South Korea educational inequality, however, usually takes place among people over the age of 17 who prepare for university. Because Korea has applied compulsory education until mid-school, so we can easily find that many famous alumni graduating from prestigious schools are the children of the top 10% in society and live in the major cities. And it shows that whether students go to good university or not depends on where they live and economic status.
So, then let's take a look at global facts and figures of education, and let's compare it with Korea's situation too. The first one is that the average share of expenditure on private education compared to GDP in OECD is 1.3%, while it is 2.9% in Korea. The second one is that the influence of private education on students' grade is almost the highest in Korea compared to other OECD-involved countries such as Finland and even Japan. And then let's more focus on national facts and figures, Korea's own problem. As we can see, we can realize that the higher income you get, the more private education you also get. And if we combine these two factors, we can conclude that the richer you are, the better scores you get. And another big issue in Korea is that the rate of the multicultural students is rapidly rising. And here, the problem is that the 1 out of 2 multicultural students are dropping out of school, and the rate goes up as they get older. So, from these facts, what can we draw out? First, we need a fundamental change in how private education is affecting Korea. We need to fill up the gap of educational results that is widened depending on income. Second, we need to provide an education that doesn't leave the multicultural student behind. Especially, we need to make an educational environment where they can study consistently.
And yes, change is happening. I would like to introduce 2 cases about the changes in Korean educational system. First is the changes in public educational system. Recently, the Ministry of Education of the Gyeonggi province established a new and innovative educational system, aiming to solve the age-old problems of the Korean education. So this is named 416 system, and this includes some educational principles, including every student should be the main agent in studying, and every student's dream should be recognized, respected, and realized. Also, this 416 system provides 206 tasks, which shows the ideal way for the Korean educational system to move forward. So this 416 system works for a society and education where every student can be happy. We are not giving up a single student is the new slogan of the Ministry of Education of the Gyeonggi province. So they're including students with a minority background, who are prone to social, economical, and educational exclusions. In order to solve the various problems regarding these students, the 416 system suggests the establishment of the governance with the local societies involved, and also the creation of a committee dedicated to the reduction of educational gap and supporting students. Also, for the underachieving students, the system provides special school programs during the summer vacation and intense after-school study catch-up programs. So, altogether, this new system is changing the paradigm of education into a diverse, dynamic, and cooperative progress from the passive and standardized system. Next is a story about Kwon Kim, a high school student who initiated the million signature collecting campaign to change the Korean education. The biggest problem of Korean education is that the students' goals and dreams are being ignored, says Kim. However, he is very hopeful about the future and believes that we, the youth, can change the world. He hopes that the future Korean education actually listen from the student, support their plans for the future, and end this excess competition. So, as we can see in these two cases, it is obvious that as long as the youth stays informed and tries to change this problematic situation step by step, we actually can contribute to achieve the SDG goal number 4, which is quality education.
To step up to the goal of quality education, what does youth can do? There are diverse ways to approach. First is talent donations to the students who have less accessibility to the quality education. In Korea, there is an organization called Donation for Education, and after you graduate from the high school, and by individual, make the club in school with the purpose of fundraising. Also, they can make their Facebook page or use other online platforms to promote the importance of quality education. And it can grow the awareness of the society. Next step is donating products. We can collect the books that students no longer read and then donate it to the school or children's centers that do not have their own libraries. To participate in this donation, Book Culture Foundation will give you the opportunity. This foundation collects the books from the general citizens and use them to build the libraries for the community in need. In addition, there is a global campaign called GCE, and it is International Society Organization. And this campaign is the organization of Teachers Union for support children's rights for education, and we can support them by joining the campaign or the funding. The last role as a students to get quality education is participating in the educational program. The current program that we are participating in, which is TPU in Korea, is the best example of it. Through the lecture of the UN officials, we are able to access to the depth knowledge within the social issue that we are facing in. In Korea, to achieve the goal of quality education, not only individuals but also the major company contributed to the society. For instance, Samsung have their own scholarship program for the students in low-income brackets. Their main goal is to offer practical education opportunity and reduce the educational gap between region and classes.
So, as we went through this process, we could set 3 goals that we want to achieve by 2030. The first one is that Korea will strengthen the public education. The second one is the Korean society will not only focus on academic ability, but also respect diversity. And the third one is that Korea will reduce the rate of multicultural students that are dropping out of school from 50% to 15%. And as we went through many lectures when we stayed in UN, we could realize that our generation, the youth, are the main power to make the world be aware of SDGs. And we believe that being aware of them is the first step to implement those fantastic goals not only in our country but also in the world. And also, I think this is same with education. We need to speak out and let the people recognize the significance of the quality education. Education is not preparation for life. Education is life itself.
Thank you.